Hello friends, welcome back. Today we are going to build a very simple and low-cost ESR meter using just one 555 IC and a few basic components. This circuit is extremely useful if you repair SMPS power supplies, amplifiers, TVs, or any electronic equipment where electrolytic capacitors fail frequently. The best part is, it can test capacitors in circuit, and it uses minimum components. So let's get started. Before building, let us quickly understand what ESR is. ESR means equivalent series resistance. Every capacitor has some internal resistance in series with it. When this resistance increases, the capacitor may look fine on a capacitance meter, but it will fail in actual circuits. That is why an ESR meter is very important for troubleshooting. This design works in 3 stages. High-frequency oscillator. AC injection into the capacitor. Rectification and measurement. The 555 IC generates a high-frequency square wave around 70 to 80 kHz. At this frequency, the capacitive reactance becomes very small, so mainly the ESR resistance dominates. A very small AC voltage is injected into the capacitor under test. The voltage drop caused by ESR is rectified, filtered, amplified using a transistor, and then displayed on a 100 microamp analog meter. Lower ESR gives lower reading. Higher ESR gives higher reading. To build this ESR meter circuit, you will need the following parts as shown on your screens. You just have to assemble the parts by referring to the circuit diagram as shown on your screens above. Now let us learn how this thing works inside. The IC555 is set in astable mode, so it keeps oscillating by itself. With 1K, 10K and 1 nanofarad it makes around 70 kHz to 80 kHz square wave. Why high frequency, we may ask, so now this is important. When frequency goes up, then capacitive reactance becomes small. Xc equals 1 upon 2 pi Fc. If frequency increases then Xc becomes very small, so the capacitor almost behaves like a short path for AC, which means the big opposition left is its internal ESR. That is the whole idea here. From pin 3 the square wave comes out. It passes through 100 ohm resistor, then through 10 microfarads in series. The 100 ohm limits current, so if something goes wrong then current does not shoot high. The 10F blocks DC and lets only AC go forward. So only small AC reaches the capacitor under test. Since voltage stays very low, under 100 mV, then the capacitor does not fully charge and nearby parts do not activate. That is why we can test in circuit, most of the time it works fine. Comparing between good capacitor and bad capacitor. Now this is the real point. If capacitor is good, then ESR is very low, maybe 0.1 ohms to 0.5 ohms. So when AC current flows then voltage drop across ESR stays tiny. Very small signal reaches the sensing diode. Meter hardly moves. If capacitor is bad, then ESR can be 2 ohms, 5 ohms or more. So when AC current flows then bigger voltage drop appears across ESR. That voltage goes through diode to filter stage. Meter moves more. So meter reading follows ESR directly. Higher ESR means higher meter deflection. Simple relation. 1N4148 diode does half-wave rectification. It cuts 1/2 of AC and lets 1/2 pass, so AC drop becomes pulsating DC. After that 10 microfarad smooths it. So if pulses come rough then they get flattened into steady DC. Now we have DC voltage that matches ESR level. This DC is small, weak, cannot drive meter alone. So we send it to base of BC547 through 10K resistor, which limits base current. BC547 works like emitter follower. It does not create big voltage gain, but gives current gain. It also prevents loading of rectifier, which is important, because if we load it then reading shifts. If base voltage rises then emitter voltage also rises, so current through meter increases. 100 microamp meter reads emitter current. If ESR is low then base voltage small, then emitter current small, meter low. If ESR is high then base voltage higher, then emitter current higher, meter shows more. 1K preset is there so we adjust calibration, because meters are not identical, so we trim it. Here's how to calibrate. First, short the probes together. Adjust the preset so the meter reads 0. Now connect a known 1 ohm resistor. Mark that position as 1 ohm. Repeat with 2 ohms, 5 ohms, etc. You can create your own ESR scale. So friends, this was a simple and very practical ESR meter using only one 555 timer IC. If you repair electronics regularly, this tool can save you a lot of time. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any doubts or suggestions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you in the next project.